O-Level Biology 5090, Paper 2, Variant 21, May-June 2024. Now the question number 1. And question number 1 is, the lungs are the part of the human gas exchange system. Breathing moves air into and out of the lungs. So the figure 1.1 shows parts of the human gas exchange system and their functions. And figure 1.1, draw a line from each part to its function. One has already been done for you, and they have done the alveoli, and the function of alveoli is the exchange of gases. So the second part is intercostal muscles, and the function of intercostal muscles is to bring change in the volume of the thorax, and the goblet cells are there, and the goblet cells release mucus. And then cilia, which are used to trap the dust particles and to remove pathogens. And then trachea, they carry air to the bronchi. So the question was of 4 marks. The next question, state 2 functions of alveoli that make them suitable for gas exchange. So the function of the alveoli is the exchange of gases, and you know, the students, the alveoli are the balloon shaped structure at the end of the bronchioles, and the blood capillaries are around them. So in this way, they are meant for gaseous exchange. So for gaseous exchange, you can say they have balloon-like shape, due to which they have large surface area. Large surface area. And then they are very close to the capillaries for gaseous exchange. Close to the capillaries for gaseous exchange. So the next question is, and the next question is about the gases, environmental gases. And the question is, gas exchange changes the percentages of some gases in the lungs. The pie chart in figure 1.2 show how the percentages of gases in the lungs change during one breath. During one breath. The one breath means when we inhale or exhale the gas, carbon dioxide and oxygen. Complete the pie chart, the titles and the key, which shows which gases are represented by different types of shading. So the title, first of all, inhaled air. Inhaled air. And the other pie chart show the exhaled air. So here you can see that we have to complete the table given below. In the air, in the inhaled air or the exhaled air, the largest amount of the gas is of nitrogen. Nitrogen, which is 79%. 79% in both inhaled and exhaled gases. And next to nitrogen is the gas that is oxygen. And in inhaled air, it is 21%, but in exhaled air, it is 16%. And the other gases are there, but in inhaled air, they have not shown the carbon dioxide, which is 0.03 to 0.04%. But in exhaled air, they have shown the carbon dioxide, which is 4%, which is 4% in the exhaled air. So I would like to write the names. The first one is nitrogen, and then oxygen, and the third one is carbon dioxide. Well, we are moving towards the next question. And the next question is, brown bread made from the flour of whole wheat grains contains both starch and fiber. A man eats a piece of brown bread. In his digestive system, the starch in the bread is chemically digested to maltose and then to glucose. Now describe where and how the digestion takes place as the bread travels through the digestive system. So first of all, I would like to say that the starch, uh, digestion of starch starts in the mouth. First of all, it takes place in mouth, where salivary amylase breaks down the starch. Starch is broken down into maltose with the help of amylase, and then maltose is broken down in with the help of maltase, which is the enzyme, into glucose. So in this way, the first digestion takes place in the mouth with the help of salivary amylase, and the second, it takes place in small intestine with the help of salivary amylase. And then pancreatic amylase. So in this way, in mouth and in small intestine, the digestion of the starch takes place first of all into maltose, and then maltase will act on the maltose, and then it will maltose will change into the glucose. Firstly, salivary amylase will change into the maltose, and then it will be changed by the maltase into the glucose molecule. So in this way, the digestion of the starch takes place in the digestive system, in the mouth, and in the small intestine. Now the next question, describe what happens to the fiber as it passes through the digestive system. So you know the fiber is actually made up of cellulose, or cellulose fibers are there. So it is not digested, and no digestion takes place, and it is digested out of the body. Digested out of the body because it is not digested. So the process by which the undigested material is, you can say, removed out of the body, that process is called as egestion. So fiber is not digested, so it is egested out of the body. Now the next question. Glucose passes from the digestive system into the blood by diffusion and active transport. Give two ways in which active transport is different from diffusion. And students, you know, diffusion is the net movement of molecules and ions from the higher concentration towards the lower concentration. Higher to lower. Higher towards the lower. Whereas this is diffusion. Whereas active transport is from higher to lower. So it means the direction of the movement is different in both cases, but in active transport, energy is required. Firstly, energy is required in active transport. And second, in active transport, molecules against the concentration gradient. So in this way, both are different from each other. Now you can see the next question on the screen. And the next question is, the scientists have found that there are different types of starch which have molecules of different shapes. Some molecules are digested rapidly and other are digested slowly. It means two types of starches are shown in this graph, which are readily digested starch and the other are slowly digested starch. So first question, on one side they have given the time, and the on y-axis they have given the blood glucose concentration. There is already glucose in the blood when the starch is eaten. Explain how figure 2.1 shows this. As you can see, the graph is not started uh, from the point of origin or from this point. So in this way, it shows that already starch uh, or in the form of is already present into the blood, due to which it has not been started from the origin or the point of origin. So in this way, we can say, we can write it in this way. The graph line does not start at the origin. So it shows that starch was already present. Now the next question is, both graph lines shows an initial increase in blood glucose concentration followed by a decrease. Suggest two reasons why the blood glucose concentration decreases. And for this purpose, we will move towards the diagram. You can see that the both of these curves, firstly, the glucose concentration is increasing, then it is decreasing in both cases. But in there is in this way, it is increasing and then they are decreasing. So in rapidly digested starch, you can say the glucose concentration is very high when it is releasing, because it is increasing very fastly. It is releasing very fastly, but in case of slowly digested starch, the starch is releasing very slowly, so its concentration is not increasing at once. Now we will move towards the question, and we have to write the answer. Suggest two reasons why the blood glucose concentration decreases. Blood glucose concentration, why it is decreasing, we have to write that. It means that glucose is used in respiration, so it is decreasing. And the other reason to decrease is that extra glucose is changed into glycogen. So its concentration is decreasing. Next question. And next question is, use information from figure 2.1 to suggest which type of starch is healthier to have in the diet. Give reason for your answer. It shows that the starch, which is slowly digested, it will be better for the health. So our answer should be slowly digested. Slowly digested starch. So because in this case, when there is slow release of the or slow digestion of the starch, at once there should not be the release of insulin. So insulin, you can say too much insulin at the same time release can cause different issues in the body. So I would like to say that if the slowly digested starch is there, so insulin will also be released slowly by the pancreas, so it will be you can say healthy for the body. Next question. Scientists want to produce a new wheat variety with an increased fiber content. Describe two methods like they could use to do this. That is, we can have a new variety in which there is increased fiber content. So there are the two methods which we are going to write. One is selective breeding or artificial breeding. Or artificial. It means the this selection takes place by the human beings. So they will select the plants to grow, which are better for, you can say, for increased fiber content. So they will choose those types of plants. And secondly, the process will be the genetic modification. And in this process, the modification in the genes will take place. That is, they will use those genes which have increased fiber content, and for this purpose they will make use of a vector, or in this way the transfer of the or genes will take place by this genetic modification. Next question. Figure 3.1 is a photo micrograph showing part of a capillary network of women. The structure labeled X is a red blood cell. X is a red blood cell. Then the diagram shows the diameter of cell X in the photomicrograph is 10 millimeter. And then calculate the actual diameter of cell X, show your working, and express your answer in micrometer. So we have to show the this in micrometer. So for this purpose, we are going to find out. They have, first of all, we will write the given. So the given is diameter of image, which is 10 millimeter. And we have to convert it into micrometer. So we will convert it into micrometer. First of all, we will write magnification is equal to image diameter and actual diameter. So if we actual diameter is equal to image diameter over magnification. And for this purpose, we will, the values are it is 10 and the magnification is 1250. So when we will convert this into micrometer, so then we will multiply it with 1000. So it will be equal to 10,000. So we will write over here 10,000. And when we divide with the magnification, so the answer will be 8. So actual diameter is 8 micrometer. So in this way, we are able to find out the answer. Now the next question. Next question is W and X are both red blood cells. W and X are both red blood cells. Explain why W and X appear different from each other in figure 3.1. Now we will move towards the figure 3.1. So figure 3.1, the W and X. W looking shape and X. So they have the same shape, but as you can say, their view is different. By different views, they are looking different. So in this way, I would like to say we have to write that the W is shown from side view, and X is from above, is shown from above. So in this way, they are looking different, but they have the same shape. Now, the next question. Y and Z are both liquids. Y and Z are both liquids. Name the liquid Y and Z and explain how liquid Z forms from liquid Y. Move towards there. Liquid Y and liquid Z. Liquid Y, you can see it is present inside the blood capillary. So it is plasma, and Z is outside the blood capillary. So it is tissue fluid. So it is inside the tissues. And so we will write the answer over here. That is, the Y is plasma, blood plasma, and G is the tissue fluid. So the explanation for this. The plasma of the blood, you can say what happens, how it is formed. Explain how liquid Z forms from the liquid Y. And you can see the difference in both of these liquids is the presence of red blood cells and the location where they are present. You know what happens when the blood moves from arteries towards arterioles and then capillaries. So when blood moves from arteries to arterioles and towards the capillaries, the pressure is increasing. Pressure is increasing and diameter is decreasing. And due to the decrease in diameter, the pressure is increasing. So due to small diameter but larger pressure, so what happens? Some of the blood is squeezed out of the capillaries. So due to this, that blood goes into the tissue, and when it is present in the tissue, it is called as tissue fluid. It don't have red blood cells. No red blood cells. No red blood cells are present into it. And so in this way, both of they are different from one another. We move, we will move towards the next question. And next question is about the woman has malaria and symptoms of anemia. Malaria and symptoms of anemia. The malarial pathogens infect red blood cells where they multiply to form many new genetically identical pathogen cells. These new pathogen cells burst out of the red blood cells. Now describe how malarial pathogens can be transmitted from the woman to another person. So, you know, they are transmitted by a vector, and vector is a mosquito. Mosquito. So mosquito is helpful in the transfer of pathogens from a patient to a healthy person. So how do this take place? First of all, the mosquito will sucks the blood from infected person or woman, and then and enter the and then enter those pathogens which have taken from infected persons to the healthy persons when bite them. It means, first of all, they get the plasmodium or the, you can say, the pathogens which are the cause of malaria. They will suck the blood of the infected persons, and then they will have those plasmodium into them. And when they will bite the healthy persons, so then they will transfer those pathogens to those healthy persons. In this way, they are helpful in the transfer of these pathogens from one uh, patient to the other healthy person. So name the type of nuclear division that results in new pathogen cells. That is, you can say, which takes place in the body. This is mitosis. Suggest why infection with the malarial pathogen can cause anemia, because the they destroy pathogens destroy the red blood cells, because they invade into the red blood cells and they multiply there, and then as a result they will uh, destroy the red blood cells. And when the red blood cells are lesser in number, so there will be the, you can say, the condition which is called as the anemia. State one other cause of anemia. Deficiency of iron. Deficiency of iron, because iron is present in the hemoglobin. So if there is lack or deficiency of the iron in the body, the person will suffer with malaria. Um, it was all about the part one. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel. And thanks for watching. And wait for the second part.